Hello, welcome. Long time no see. So it has been a few months since we have moved in and we are finally going to start with the home tour series. But today I'm going to start a little different. I'm going to do the living room and dining room tour because we have so many things to talk about. I don't want to squeeze it all into this video. So without further ado, let's start with the main gate. Okay, there are no changes to the main gate. We did not change out of it. We did not even install any kind of smart lock because we just don't prefer it. Smart lock, you will have to change the lock a few years. Sometimes the battery die. We just don't want to deal with all these issues lah. So no change. Original HDB gate, very good. Cat proof. Okay, your hand cannot go in. You can lock in from inside. That's the same as my BTO empty house tour. Okay, come on in. Welcome. Before you enter, I just want to bring you through to my shoe rack down here. So this is an intermittent shoe rack where you can place in between the main gate and the main door. Very importantly, you have to note of the dimensions. First, you need to measure how far is this distance between the main door and the main gate so that your shoe rack can fit inside. What kind of shoes do we put here is usually our slippers or those shoes that you usually wear for work, those that you have to wear every day and take off every day that you don't want to put inside the shoe cabinet. So this is more for convenience. And coupled with our gate, people cannot anyhow take away our shoes, which is why we don't leave our shoes and slippers outside. I think this is more for security and convenience. Very good buy from Shopee. If you want the link and I can find it, then I'll put it in the description. Let's move on. Entering the house, there's no change to our main door as well. As you can see here, we don't have any smart lock. We are just still using keys. Yes, very primitive. This is not a smart home tour. Okay, I am not a smart home guru as well because I really don't fancy all this kind of high-tech living stuff. And yes, this is the original laminate that we got from HDB. No change. I think it's quite high quality lah, fire rated and scratch resistant and all that stuff. We are quite happy with this door. Okay, come on in. I also want to talk about this door stopper because you realize that actually my door can hold its place right here. Okay, this is actually an added hinge right here that we'll show in the video later lah. I just asked a contractor to help me do it. It was quite reasonable. It was in our BTO group buy. So it is very good. It's a cheap solution to hold your door without putting any kind of door stopper or magnetic door stopper. So this thing is original from HDB. Okay, original from the developer, no change. The only thing is they added the stopper hinge inside, which brings me to the entrance of my home because usually people do up their DB, distribution box cabinet. Okay, we did not do anything much, but I won't show you what's inside. What I can show you is the bottom because we did not add any shelves. Why? Because it is quite expensive and we needed to house our market trolley. This fits perfectly, alright? So this is like a very large size market trolley that we do our weekly grocery run. We just put everything inside and it's just nicely parked inside. So everything is measured out very nicely. We didn't do like multiple shelf. Some people put their shoes here. Just an option for you to consider. Okay, and then some of you have asked me when I was filming my finance video is that, what is this piece of furniture right here? It is actually a slim shoe cabinet. How slim is it? It is like 17 cm. Okay, got this from Taobao. I think if Shopee, if there's a link, then I will put it in as well. Very importantly, you have to measure the length between this space and this space. Okay, if it's too wide out, your door may be blocked. Okay, not that it's the main problem because this part usually don't open one ma. Okay, but if you want it to be like flush, then you need to get a 17 cm. The other option is the 23 cm one. So 23 cm, obviously you can put in larger shoes. For women's shoes, not a problem. Usually they can fit in very well. For men's shoes, my size is US 11. So like this kind of compartment, I can only put 2 pairs of shoes slanted to the side. And it's like vertical. If vertical, I cannot put it in. So this is like my slim shoe rack. I think it fits perfectly. And you realize I did not do up any kind of entry walkway carpentry because it will feel very, very clustered. You will have less walking space. And this whole thing about minimalism, right? Actually, my house got no theme one. There's no minimalism thing. It's more like anything that can help you save money and looks nice. And you realize that my colors are more in the white creamier part. So all our furnitures are also following this theme. This door is not painted. This door is original by HDB, the bomb shelter door. So it's like cream color, so fit nicely also. Then we put some of our magnets we got from our travels, our vacations. Those are more special. And then we have a full height mirror down here. You can check out yourself before you go out. Very importantly, okay, I think most of our guests love this, and it's really quite important, especially if you really want to see if you look presentable. So yeah, go and buy the mirror from Shopee. I think it's about $70 to $80 based on the size and the dimensions. Okay, let's move on. And very importantly, do join us at close to 20,000 over Telegram members if you want to ask questions about your home reno, costing, and best credit cards to pay for your home renovation. Join us at Honey Money SG Telegram right now. Alright, so this is me in my living room and you can see my trusty Dharma. This is actually a free gift from our furniture store, Big Home Furnishing. And yes, most of our furnitures are bought from Malaysia, the company called Big Home Furnishing. Especially this sofa is also brought in from them, so they imported it to Singapore after paying the GST and delivery charges lah. Okay, then some of you comment because of my carpentry, my bedroom carpentry from Big Home also. Then you realize, why the price different from what I ordered? You have to remember that prices are very dynamic due to inflation, due to supply constraints, and now that I have advertised it, more people will go. I got no benefit to recommend these products to you all, I got paid no commission. So if you got a different price than me, then I'll say try another store lah, or if the prices don't fit. And coming to this side, you realize that I also don't have any storage carpentry here. Okay, my house really very minimalist one. Some people they do up like the full height carpentry to store all their stuff, their kids' toys and whatever. But I just don't have lah. So this space is like totally empty. I can do what I want with it. I can even add like one more armchair here, but it will not fit the TV dimension. So some people choose to build a TV console full length from the window to this part of the wall. We choose to do it on the other side, which is the partition wall lah. This is just your own personal preference. Okay, so if you realize, I also do not have like a main coffee table right here. I only have a side table. Okay, and this side table is from Taobao as well. I think it's very cheap only. It's like less than 50 bucks. Fits our theme as well. Gold color with like marble white sintered stone top. So it's like 40 plus cm. Okay, just for us to put our drinks, put our small snacks when we are watching TV. Okay, it's not meant to be a full scale table where you could dine on that table. Yeah, so that is our small living room. Very cozy, just enough for 3 people to sit. Okay, and then sometimes I will just put my drink here and enjoy watching TV. Which brings me to the point that we need to talk about TV consoles. Okay, why we need to talk about TV consoles is because I read up a lot of Xiaohongshu posts regarding TV consoles, and most of them in China, they already recommend not to do complicated TV console, full height, all this feature wall thing. Okay, this is already a thing of the past like 10 plus years ago. Now the trend in China, not in Singapore, is to like be as minimalist as possible. Just paint with a simple wall paint and then your TV just right here. Okay, that's the simplest and will not go out of trend. And then if you want a TV console, then you can just put it on the floor. Some people do it suspended, but because of some safety concerns as well as some load bearing concerns, then we prefer to do it on the floor. Okay, so this is attached to the wall itself and it cannot be removed. Okay, so very important if you want to design your TV. Okay, this is myself on the TV. This is a Samsung DU7000 65-inch TV. By the time you watch this video, they would have come out with a new model. But I think I paid less than 800 for this TV after promotion via Shopee or something. So it's not very expensive. And some of you may think that 65-inch TV very expensive. Don't need to get so high-end one lah. All those 4,000 TV you watch your human eyes is almost the same one. I think this one quite high quality as well for the price I paid, less than $800. Can buy lah Samsung TV. And most importantly, digital TV nowadays, you will need this antenna. Okay, and this antenna does not come with the TV, so you have to buy it from your local hardware store or buy from online supplier. Okay, and then over here we have the soundbar by JBL. Okay, this one brought from Shopee promotion. Do you know how much I paid for this soundbar? I think I paid less than $100. Okay, I need to confirm again, but that was because of some promo discount. And not only it comes with the soundbar, they give me like another wireless speaker or something. Okay, then that is the Nintendo Switch that does not belong to me, belongs to my wife. She play games, I don't play games. Okay, then for this TV is 65-inch, right? So how long should your TV console be? At least it should cover with some allowance of the, the TV lah. It should be longer than the TV. So this is 6 feet, 1.8 meters with curved edges from Big Home as well. So it's all in the package lah. Then we have 2 drawers right here and then plus 1 transparent flap. Yeah, so TV console is very important, the length as well. Some of you may want to do it like full length. Maybe you want to add 1 more feet, becomes 7 feet. That's also okay, but make sure your TV placement is in the center. Okay, and TV height also got 研究 one, also got study one, because it cannot be too high. Okay, usually if you sit down at your sofa, your eye level, okay, should be around the center lower part, so that you don't strain your eyes too much and your neck too much. So that is very important when you want to decide how you want to mount your TV. If you don't mount your TV, you put it on your TV console, also need to consider the height. Then you realize TV console, I did like 1 week of study, because how high should your TV console be? For us, it's like 33 cm from the ground. Okay, so 33 cm from the ground, we add this JBL soundbar, and then you realize, where are the wires? Why I don't have any wires lying around? The only wire that I have that can be seen right here is this white HDMI cable that is connecting to the Nintendo Switch. Then where is my power cable? Because you realize I don't have feature wall, right? I actually built my power sockets behind this TV. So the wire is connected directly to the power socket behind. So you don't see any loose wires. Okay, so that is some brilliant design sense that you have to take note lah. Okay, then we have this Xiaomi body scale. Good for you to check your weight and body fat. Okay, other than that, nothing else. I want to point out that we have this ceiling fan that we went through the last episode. Okay, it has been serving me quite well, and no shadows, no shadows. I know some of you are worried about ceiling fans with lights casting shadows on you that have the dizzy effect. Okay, this does not have. This is from Error SG, and this is the 52-inch version. It's around $150. If you add installation, it's another $50. Prices may vary by the time you watch this video. And then I want to talk about lighting. Okay, lighting is very important, because everything can be cui, but if your lighting is solid, it will elevate the room ambience so much better. And you realize that we have the main fan light, and then we have 2 of these track lights that we bought from Malaysia as well. So this is like a 2-meter long track light with 3 LED bulbs. Okay, quite different from your spotlight bulbs, right? This is like the rectangular light bulbs lah. The shop owner recommend to me one. Not expensive also, it's like 30 ringgit for one. So the whole set here, I think is like 100 ringgit plus. And then I have 2 sets one on this side and then one on the other side. So this side is to, push the lighting to the wall and then reflect back. Because lighting, one thing very important is that you do not want direct light shining at your face. Okay, that can be very uncomfortable, especially when you want living room to be very cozy, relax. You don't want this spotlight at you, you are not doing like a sporting event, live event. So brings me to this side of the wall again. Yeah, this is just the mirror reflection of the other track light. Okay, just have the lights bounce against the wall. Okay, very nice effect. Okay, you do not need all those very fancy lighting. All my lighting here very cheap only lah. Okay, but remember I bought it in Malaysia and then I import them here. So if you buy in Singapore, maybe the price a bit different. But at least if you want to do an exchange or you want to ask the shop owner question, a bit easier on the logistic front. Which brings me to my curtains. My curtains are not purchased from Singapore. It is purchased in Malaysia as well. Okay, so I bought these curtains. You have a set, you have like night curtains and day curtains. Day curtains is for you to use during the day if you don't want other people to see from outside, but you also want to let the light pass through. Night curtain, as it seems, when the sunlight is too strong and then you don't want it to ruin your furniture and your electronics, then you close the night curtain lah. Okay, and having curtains is very important because it helps to block out heat, block out light, and block out noise. Okay, 3 very unbearable stuff that a curtain can help you block. So how much are the curtains there? I bought like a set of 4. So living room, 2 bedrooms, and master room. Only for the master room, then we have day and night curtains. The rest is just normal night curtains lah. So the whole package I think was less than 3,000 ringgit. Okay, by the time this video go out, maybe they increase price already. But 3,000 ringgit, you have to install yourself and call your contractor because they have to drill the holes. And then you realize we don't have any pelmet one. Okay, because this one I asked the shop owner, 如果没有那个 pelmet, is it look very ugly or not? So they assure us, okay, then you really cannot see anything, right? The track is covered by the curtain itself. So yeah lah, okay, quite a good workmanship. Okay, I know it's not as nice as those very expensive curtain, but it does its job. It is affordable, and the color also matches our theme. This is like coffee brown. Yeah, so very okay. So this is the main living room tour lah. And I know that home renovation is so much money. So if you want to save and invest, you know, you need a very good brokerage that is trustable, then I would suggest Interactive Brokers because they offer one of the largest exchanges, best exchange rates, and widest markets to RSP even. Your dollar cost average investments, and I myself are using them. So sign up for Interactive Brokers and check them in the link right here. Okay, let's talk about aircon because the last time I talked about aircon, I mentioned this one 24,000 BTU. How does it hold up after living here for 3 to 4 months? To me, 24,000 BTU, yes, it can cool the whole room. But the problem is that because this living room also consists of the dining room, so the dining room cannot be cooled one ma. So this one has always been running one. And if you remember when I mentioned about aircon research, right? You have two lights down here. Only when one light is off, that means they are maintaining the temperature. If two lights are on, means that your compressor is still running, keep pumping. You know, when I on this 24,000 aircon to host my guests and entertain them, never once it went to one light. So it is quite taxing lah. So we usually don't on it unless necessary. But 24,000 BTU also not enough. So recommended if you always want to on aircon, you just get two smaller size aircon, one for the living room, one for the dining room. I think it's a better solution if you always on. If you like me, not always on one, then just 124,000 will do lah. That aircon contractor I also went through in my aircon video, so that one you can refer to that. So this is my review of the 24,000 Mitsubishi Electric Star Max aircon after using for 3 to 4 months. No problem on cooling, it's just that it is quite taxing on the compressor. Okay, let's come to this side of the wall because I also want to talk about remote control. And you realize that I have a lot of remote controls right here. What do they represent? You see, I have light switches here. Okay, these are 5 light switches for the fan and the lights and whatever. And then I have one fan remote, I have one aircon remote, and then I have another fan remote for the ceiling fan in my dining room. So very importantly is where you want to place your remote controls. Your light switches are probably decided when you discuss with your electrician on your power points. But your remote control suddenly come later must at least align to the light switches and your fan remotes lah. Because if you on the fan, then you need to run another place to, you know, take your remote. Then don't make sense ma. So this one nobody tell you one. We own self experience, then we will tell you. And last time I forget to talk about this aircon pelmet thing. Because if you realize the aircon, this backside of the aircon, there is piping running through, there are wires running through. Usually the trunking will cut here. Then what about this weird space leh? Then of course we have to ask our aircon contractors to, you know, add some forced trunking. Inside got nothing one nah. It's really just to, you know, align everything flush to the corner and then ask our painting contractor to, you know, paint it so that it don't look very obvious. So if you come to the backside and see, you realize that it's a double IV. Okay, so this is the fake pelmet. This is the original pelmet. Inside got piping and trunking one. Okay, this one got nothing inside. Okay, so it will look like this lah, but at least at the front it looks okay. Then I want to bring you to our dining room because this is where we usually have our meals and, you know, have important meetings with my wife. And, you know, sometimes I do work here. Okay. And this is a round table. I know it is not normal to have a round table, but in Chinese, we call it 团圆. You know, 团圆 means like everything is round, everyone is in harmony because there are no sharp edges. Okay. Some of you, because of the way your design, your interior design, you all would prefer a rectangular table. Then where does a round table fit? Usually we have our concerns is because when you pull out the chairs, it will obstruct the walkway. But if you do not have guests over, usually you won't take up much of a walkway one ma. So usually we just use these two ends to, you know, sit down and eat. And it's not obstructing at all. This table size is 4 feet, which is 1.2 meters. Like quite big, can sit 6 people comfortably. And if you want to squeeze 8 people, I think it can be done. It's just not as comfortable as 6 person. Okay, we do have 6 dining chairs. This is from Big Home as well. When I bought it, it was 2,000 ringgit promo price. Now I don't know. Go and check with the store owner. Okay, then this table is made of engineered marble. Okay, engineered marble means it is not natural marble. It is a marble looking like man-made material. It is hard stone. Okay, so if you want to place like hot stuff, you know, it's still okay one. But we put a protective plastic layer okay, which is bought from Shopee as well, just to, you know, protect the table. And the table is very heavy one, no? If you look at the leg below, it is not like supported on 4 legs like your standard kopitiam table, okay? This is like real stone, very hard one, very heavy one. You want to move, also cannot move one, okay? You probably need to spin it around. Very solid, you hear the sound? Solid or not, okay? So, choose dining table also very important one. Don't go for those Taobao cheap table and then think it can last you. The thing about Taobao is that although the price very nice, the design look very nice, but you don't know how sturdy is the material. Okay, that one nobody can guarantee one. So sometimes I see a lot of people, they bought Taobao then they regret. Okay, this kind of thing, see your luck one what you choose. Okay, so dining area, we also don't have like a dry pantry. Like, you know, some people they build like full height cup pantry here to put their water dispenser lah, coffee machine lah, whatever things that they do, you know, small oven or then they move the table here, build one island down there. Not complicated one lah. My one very simple. I only put one dining table, simple. Okay, 2,000 ringgit settle. No need to waste money lah. But I also want to highlight this piece. Okay, and you realize this is our aircon trunking. Why look a bit different? It's because we put in LED lighting lah. LED lighting, this one was part of the later stage already, because we realized that actually this dining room only depend on this Error SG fan light. Not enough, not bright enough. So we asked our electrician and contractor give suggestions. So then we go and purchase another LED starter driver plus the LED light. Wow, then you realize Singapore LED super expensive. Compared to the LED that I bought in Malaysia, is like probably 3 times the price. But bo pian, since I cannot return to Malaysia to buy and my electrician need to finish his job, so we just bought from a Singapore store. So it's like 100 Singapore dollars for both the driver and the LED lighting lah. But we felt that it was a worth it buy because time was really not on our side really, as we want to move in earlier. So then at least it created a very nice effect that reflects the light of the ceiling, which is what we want to achieve. So this is ambient lighting for you, okay? Not spot lighting, not task lighting, okay? This is just reflect the walls plus the ceiling, then it create this ambience effect. Okay, lighting very important one. As a YouTuber, I can tell you that. So this is our living room and dining room series. And if you want to watch my next series, I'll probably talk about the kitchen tour, the toilet tour, or, you know, the bedrooms tour, depending on which one comes first lah. Yeah. Then after everything, I'll put together and compile together. Okay. So if you don't want to miss my episodes, refer to my home and reno playlist in the description. Very important. And check out my previous video on renovation right here.